What's up YouTube? This is Buckshot33 aka Boston Chris back with a brand new video. It is New Comic Book Wednesday, and yes, I have a haul and I'm actually doing a video on a Wednesday. That is something I haven't done in a while just because usually I just get too busy during the middle of the week. I don't have a lot of time on the Wednesday, so I end up holding it off usually till the weekend. But guess what? I'm here, I'm able to do it, so let's get into it. So it wasn't a really big haul for me this week, just a few books, but picked up Flash number 25. This is the variant cover. How they always do with the DC Rebirth, there's two covers that they put out. So this is just the the variant. I like this one better than the regular cover. I said before, I like what they're doing with the Flash. It's pretty cool stuff. So definitely worth picking up if you like the Flash. If you've never checked it out, if you've never been a Flash fan before, give it a shot. See what you like. The beginning of the series is in trade, so if you haven't picked it up at all, pick up the trades. Easier, easier to do it. A lot more condensed, compact, and you get a lot more issues. I think it's like every 5 issues or so they put out a trade, so nice and easy to keep up with. Next up, we have Secret Empire number 5. I have to catch up on this. I haven't actually caught up to this issue yet. Just been doing a lot with trying to get everything together and just kind of getting back in the groove. So I do have some reading to do. I'm not quite sure how everybody feels about it. I know the first issue was pretty good. Second issue was pretty okay. But I'm just curious, what do you guys think of Secret Empire, how it's going, what they're introducing, without spoiling anything, but just kind of, I guess, good, bad, in between. What do you guys feel about that crossover event? It's the last one for a while, so they say. We'll see. Alright, next up, picked up the director's cut for Spawn, and this is a nice, cool, shiny 90s cover almost. So yeah, this is the 25th year anniversary of Image. That's pretty crazy. You think about it, 25 years ago Image started, and he was one of their flagship characters 25 years ago. Makes you feel a little bit old, I guess. But yeah, really nice cover. I had seen the regular and it was pretty cool, but I like that I get the gold one, so I'm happy about that. I didn't expect to get gold. It just so happened to be sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'll take it. So nice and shiny. Like I said, bringing back the 90s a little bit. But the 90s. Everyone has their opinions on the 90s, whether it was great or whether it was terrible. Covers like this were a dime a dozen. Covers like this were expensive. But, I mean, they were everywhere. You would get, shiny cover this, glossy that, embossed cover, lentacular covers, all types of stuff. Die cut, everything and anything they could do to a cover, to make it enhanced and really just kind of make the story pop out, almost literally, they would do. And, it was just a big cash grab at the time, and everybody had something going on like that. I remember Chromium was a big deal too. Chromium covers. If you were into Valiant in the 90s, you know about them Chromium covers. It seemed like every #1 issue every 0 or #1 issue had a Chromium variant. It was a different time. It was kind of fun, but unfortunately, people were like, oh, that led to the bubble, and and everyone gets all mad. So, I was a kid during all that, so as far as I knew, I just had a nice shiny cover. So it's fun to kind of relive that, nostalgia a little bit, but, gonna move on to some newer stuff. So we have Amazing Spider-Man number 29. This is pretty cool. So you got, the Hydra Spider-Man. It's pretty, taking on regular Spider-Man, and I do love these Alex Ross covers. These are really nice covers. Every time I think he does really just awesome work in general. I mean, I'm a big fan of Alan Ross. Alan Ross. I'm such a big fan that I messed his name up. Alex Ross cover. Big fan of Alex Ross. I have one of his art books somewhere. I don't know exactly. It's called Rough Justice. There's a lot of sketches and things like that. But it's a pretty cool looking thing, and he always brings it out. He's known more for his DC stuff, but he really can just bring out such just emotion and just great action poses and stuff in anybody. So I'm glad he's doing some Marvel stuff. I'm glad he's showing some love to Spider-Man. Next, we have a couple of books that actually I thought was pretty cool to pick up. It was actually kind of fun to see these. So I have here the True Believer editions of some of these older books. This one's not that old. This one came out, I think, last year or 2 years ago. I think, no, this is right after Secret Wars. So, oh, sorry, right? Yeah, this is right after the Secret Wars, like, came out and everything. So this is Miles Morales in the Marvel Universe, the actual regular continuity #1, True Believer edition. So, for $1, like, I'm not gonna say I buy all of them because I don't, but if it's a character I like, why not? It's $1. Nothing wrong with that. Next up, you have Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #1, True Believer edition, and this is pretty cool just for the fact, like, I don't own this. I don't think that this is gaining too much heat, but it is something that for now. I mean, at least I get the story, I can read it, and if I decide to go out and get an actual legitimate copy of it, I have it. But until then, I can go ahead and check this out. So, I guess in the 70s, this is a big deal just because it was, the first #1 in a while, like, because it was just Amazing Spider-Man, and then they put out Spectacular Spider-Man, and then, later on in the 90s, just regular Spider-Man. So it's just like, there was, I mean, this is kind of like how everybody felt about that Batman #1 that came out in the 90s with the multiple covers and all that. It's just like, oh, this is the first #1 of Spider-Man in a long time, so pretty cool. And I think that, because this is all happening because of the movie, so, they're putting these out. And this one actually is really, really cool. I was actually really excited to see this. Amazing Spider-Man #1 True Believer edition. This, I can honestly say, was something I was absolutely looking for, because I will never probably be able to own an actual copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1. It's just too expensive. It's that's just the way it is. It's an expensive book, and I just don't have the money for it. So to have that, to be able to actually read through the story and be like, oh, I have it, that's pretty cool. So that made me actually really happy today when I found that. So, like I said, I think they're doing this because of the Spider-Man movie, Homecoming, and what I think is on the horizon is going to be Amazing Fantasy 15. They're going to end up releasing a True Believer edition of that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I will be on the lookout for that, because I actually want to see the very first Spider-Man, the origin, all the rest of that stuff. I want to actually be able to see it, so I hope that comes out soon. I did miss out on the Giant Size X-Men and the X-Men #1. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to the store quick enough to get those ones. So I'm hoping I'm able to get there before the Amazing Fantasy 15. I may have to talk to my shop owner, have him hold one over for me so that I don't miss out on it. But that has been my haul for this week. Like I said, really short, really small one. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, this has been Buckshot33, a.k.a. Boston Chris. And I just want to say to everybody, have a good rest of your week. Happy collecting as always. I'm out.